once again this evening. Christmas lights decorating Main Street for this event, which takes place every year on the 5th of January. And it takes place and goes ahead no matter the weather, come rain or shine. We're very lucky enough to have had some fantastic and amazing weather today. A sunny afternoon, fine weather this evening for this huge local event. The three kings going past us now, following the band of the Royal Gibraltar Regiment. And floats coming up Main Street too. And I'm sure that if you looked on social media, plenty of pictures already up on sites like Facebook and Twitter. It's a changing face of how we live an event like this, the Three Kings. Plenty of pictures being taken and uploaded immediately to social media sites. Here come the first of the cars, led by Miss Gibraltar, Marwa Karbush, there on your screens at the moment. She, of course, was the People's Choice at the Miss World pageant in Indonesia. It's Marwa, with a Gibraltar flag on her car. And she's followed by her two princesses, Jamie Lee Randall and Stacey Brito. And, of course, as far as the beauty queens are concerned, they lead the way this evening. That's Jamie Lee Randall. She was top 15 at Miss International in Tokyo, where she represented us not that long ago. So that's Marwa and Jamie Lee, followed by second princess Stacey Brito. Of course, the parade makes its stops along the way, giving more and more people a chance to enjoy this spectacle. Paul, how's it looking at the moment?
Well, James, we're joined very quickly by Miss Gibraltar, Marwa Karbush. She's over here. Marwa, how's it going so far?
Really, really well. It's very exciting. I'm getting a lot of support even now. When people are meant to be enjoying themselves, I'm loving it.
You feeling a bit cold, maybe?
You know what? Not at all. You know, all the hype, people are just flowing with warmth, so it's really, really nice.
Is a Cavalcade being on this convertible car everything you thought it was going to be?
Even better.
Good, good. Well, we're holding up the traffic, so we're going to let you go. Marwa, thank you very much. Miss Gibraltar, Marwa Karbush talking to us, James. We're actually holding up the Cavalcade, so we thought we'd let her go eventually.
And Happy New Year to her too, and everybody watching from home. So there she goes, Marwa, Miss Gibraltar 2013. She'll be handing over the crown, I think it's in June this year. So in June she'll be crowning Miss Gibraltar 2014. Here comes Jamie Lee Randall, whom we saw earlier, having represented us recently at Miss International, making it to the top 15. A reminder, Marwa was top 6 at the Miss World after she was crowned People's Choice. And here comes a second princess, Stacey Brito. And Stacey is in fact not the only member of her family taking part in this parade here this evening. Her sister one, Miss Glamour, will be seeing her later on as well. So sisters from the same family, taking different titles in different shows, and we'll be seeing her sister later on this evening, as we'll be seeing those 7 floats, which range from, as we've already told you, from Monsters Inc. to Magical Christmas, Disney characters, Grease, all your favorites. They're here and they're coming up Main Street. Now, one of the things that always happens, it's inevitable, are the pockets that are left between cars and the floats as the floats make their way very slowly up Main Street, Paul.
Yeah, James, are joined by two quite colourful characters down at the piazza. Who do we have here? What are your names?
Tristan, Alexis.
So Tristan and Alexis, I like your hats. Where did those hats come from?
I don't know.
They just appeared out of nowhere. Out of a Christmas cracker, maybe.
Yeah.
You looking forward to the cavalcade? Obviously it started, but you're looking forward to seeing the floats a bit later on?
Yeah.
And have you did you manage to have a look at what was going on down at Casemate Square? You have?
Yeah.
And what really caught your eye this year?
I don't really know.
Okay, lots and lots of Disney characters. You a fan of the Disney characters? Who are your favourite Disney characters? We might see them here a bit later.
Well, one from Monsters University, Sally.
Oh, so, okay, I don't know him, but thank you for that one. Listen, we don't have any sweets being thrown this year. Have you come armed with your own sweets that you can eat?
Yeah.
You've got some, what, in your pockets? You ready to eat them later?
It's bad.
Oh, your mum is holding them for you. Okay, Tristan and Alexis, thanks, guys. They're really looking forward to it and looking very colourful as well. I want one of these hats.
Paul, I stand to be corrected, but I think Sally is that huge blue monster on the Monsters, Inc. float.
Well,
but I'm not sure myself.
I think the last Disney film I saw was Aladdin in about 1997, so I'm a bit out of tune with that.
Mind you, I can't tell Pluto from Goofy, so that's fine. We can forgive you for that.
That's a good point.
And they're all coming up Main Street this evening, but Sally included. So your kid there is going to be very, very pleased as they come up Main Street this evening. So people waiting patiently, and as always, it always happens. We always tell you the cavalcade's taking quite a bit of time to travel the length of Main Street, starting at Casemate and heading all the way to Referendum Gates. The Three Kings, let me remind you, have also been busy earlier this afternoon. They've been taking presents around Gibraltar, going to a number of parties which are organised by social services and other associations. They visit the hospital, Rainbow Wards, so it's been a very busy afternoon for the Three Kings, who also earlier would have visited the cathedrals of Mary the Crowned and the Holy Trinity, and the cribs there, and even perhaps have stayed and attended some of the masses being held this evening. So that's what the Three Kings have been up to earlier this evening, a busy Sunday afternoon for them. And just Paul, the sheer amount of people in Main Street at the moment looking forward to this event, you know, it never diminishes. There's always a huge turnout, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even in pockets where you wouldn't expect to see that many people, it's still 4 or 5 deep. I'm looking down the length of Main Street, down towards Casemates from here, and it's 4 or 5 deep all the way down, especially here at the Piazza, which is always a hot spot. We're going to try and grab Jackie over here, who's deliberately ignoring me. We're going to try and get Jackie on camera. Jackie, come over here. We need to talk to you. Come over here. Don't be sour. It's Christmas time. Come over here. Now, of course, you're famous for being part of LOL Productions.
Yes, thank you.
Which everyone knows as being one of the most fun drama groups in Gibraltar.
Yes, thank you for your comment.
When are LOL Productions going to put forward a float for the cavalcade? It's the only thing that's missing.
Well, next year, I'll tell my organisers for next year to join.
We want to see all the girls, because you've done the villancico, you've done local comedy on stage. The only thing missing is the cavalcade.
I know. Well, we'll try our best for next year, okay?
Good. I want to hold you... Well, in fact, James, we're going to shake on it right now. We want to see LOL Productions at the Cavalcade in 2015.
Tell her that they would add loads of colour and atmosphere, I'm sure, to the event.
James said it would add lots of colour and atmosphere to the Cavalcade.
Oh, thank you, James. Thank you. Okay.
There we have it. A guarantee. We've already got one float guaranteed for next year.
That's very good going, Paul. We're going to have to campaign for some more. You know, it would be great to see more participation, but it's always difficult. We get this every year from those who are taking part. You know, they need to find trailers, the people to take part, but the children really enjoy being a part of it. So we could perhaps encourage just a few more associations, because some of these that we're going to be seeing today have been doing it for years. There are many regulars, although it also has to be said that we have newcomers. For example, a Vineyards Estate, the entertaining committee of the estate, they've got together this year to bring us a float for the very first time. So hopefully we'll see them return next year with another idea. some of the people that we've seen in the past of Mickey and Friends, the youth services, they always put forward a float. The first 4th Scout group, they'll also be here bringing us a float. What the Scouts actually do, Paul, is they take it in turns to use different children from their different sections. So one year it's, for example, the Cubs, another it's the Scouts, and they rotate the children to take part in the Three Kings Cavalcade. That's the first 4th Scout group, and we're going to be seeing their Scout section taking part this evening. And now finally here it is, the first of the floats coming up near us this evening, when we've already seen the band of the Royal Gibraltar Regiment and the 3 beauties that are Marwa, Jamie Lee and Stacey, Miss Gibraltar, first princess and second princess. No sweets at the Cavalcade this year, but those were handed out by superheroes from members of the Ministry of Culture, who led the way some 20 minutes early before the start of the Three Kings Cavalcade this year, handing out those sweets so as not to break with the tradition of having sweets available on Three Kings Cavalcade. I see some of the Disney characters also ahead of this float, making its way very slowly past the crowd that's gathered in Main Street.
James, we've got some young ladies over here who are eager to get themselves on camera. Who do we have over here? What are your names?
Karianne,
Chloe, Daniela.
Ariane.
Okay, so what are you most looking forward to about the Cavalcade? The first float is coming down now. What are you most looking forward to this year?
Well, there's no sweets, so I don't know.
There's no sweets. I never heard that.
Yeah, there were, but like, there's no anymore. I don't know. I just want to see it.
Did you manage to grab a view of anything that happened down at Casemate? So that's where they were setting up. So have you seen anything that you're really looking forward to yet?
No, not really.
Not really? Well, I can tell you it's going to be amazing. What is the best thing about the Cavalcade? Don't you think it's nice when people come down with their families, and it's a good way to end Christmas, don't you think?
Yeah, it's really good.
Or does it mean that actually, as of this week, you're going to be back at school? Is that what the Cavalcade means? You're back at school soon?
No, I hate. No, I don't. No, I don't
Shouldn't say that on TV.
I don't know. But no, yeah, I like the Cavalcade. It's fun.
Good, good. Well, guys, have a great time, and we'll come and see you a little bit later. Have fun. So, yeah, everyone enjoying it, everyone looking forward to it. Obviously, the first floats are coming this way, so really we're going to get into the thick of it very, very soon, James.
You never know what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to see if somebody's going to disagree with you on camera this evening. Perhaps that happens a little bit later. And as we're saying, you know, there comes the first of the floats. You'll see it's surrounded by members of the Cavalcade Committee, ensuring the safety of the parade as it travels the length of Main Street. The Disney characters there getting the atmosphere going in Main Street, people waving and even clapping along as the first of that trailer makes its way up to Main Street. As we were saying earlier, loads and loads of people were down there at Casemates earlier. The float started gathering at about 4:30 this afternoon. A huge logistical operation also for the Royal Gibraltar Police, and a reminder, just in case you're watching and you're going to be driving later on, that there are thousands of people in the street. A number of parking and traffic diversions have been put in place. Extra care when driving around Gibraltar this evening, as everybody then heads home, and or plenty perhaps to local restaurants down there at Casemates. I was talking to people from the various restaurants, and all of them absolutely fully booked for this evening. It makes suppose that people want to make a night out of it. You know, they come out to Main Street, they witness the parades, and then they move to a dinner with family and friends, keeping with tradition. That's very much how it works here in Gibraltar.